Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 5 in the 2017 Haas IndyCar Series. We are here at the Texas Motor Speedway for the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K, the third oval race of the season, and the second longest race of the season mileage-wise, a 62.5-mile race here today around this 1.5-mile Speedway Oval in Fort Worth, Texas. Of course, the longest race of the season is the finale race, the Indianapolis 250, but this one, 100 kilometers long, longer than the rest of the schedule, with the exception of that finale race, of course, and it's going to be a crazy one. And if that Indy Lights race a couple days ago is any indication, we are going to have ourselves a fantastic race here today for the Haas IndyCar Series. Now, coming into today's race, we got a chance of somebody winning 3 races in a row, that being Matt Dalio, who has won the past 2 races here in the Haas IndyCar Series. He won the Phoenix Grand Prix, and then he won the Grand Prix of Lime Rock not too long ago. He comes into this race with a 27-point lead ahead of Jonathan Rains, who starts on the pole for today's race, by the way, in the number 17. Third place in the point standings is the number 77 of Cameron Garlington, the defending champion, only 35 points behind. Zachary Fitzwater, the Riverside winner, is 43 points behind, and Trey Bartow, 50 points behind coming into today's event. The Rainguard Water Sealers 100K here at the Texas Motor Speedway. In the Indy Lights race a couple days ago, the margin of victory was 1/1000th of a second. It might not be that close for today's race, but it's going to be close. And it was close here last season when Chris Dodd beat out Nathan Stapleton at the line. So I'm looking forward to this one. 42 laps of action here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Jonathan Rains on the pole in the number 17. Alongside him, it's Audra Baranowskis in the number 16. Row number 2, it's his teammate, Nicholas Samadillo in the number 10. I get those two confused because their cars look identical, but that's Nicholas Samadillo in the number 10, starting alongside Christian Master in row number 2. Row number 3 sees the 67 of Luke Rainey, starting alongside the defending champion Cameron Garlington. Row number 4, it's Matt Tuck, starting alongside Zachary Fitzwater. Row number 5, the number 22, that is Cameron Gaju, starting alongside the points leader and the winner of the last 2 races here in the Haas IndyCar Series. That is Matt Dalio in the number 33, starting 10th for today's event. Garrett Zenor, Jesse Turner right behind him in row number 6. Garrett Zenor won the CSX Indy Light Series race here last year. The number 3 won the Haas IndyCar Series race here last year with Chris Dodd driving that machine. Jesse Turner has won here before in the Turkey Hills Series. And got a lot of guys who have a good chance of winning here today. It doesn't really matter where you start, because we're going to be passing like crazy. I don't believe we pass any more frequently than the Texas Motor Speedway in these Indy cars. Pace car is pulled off, and the green flag is in the air for the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K here at the Texas Motor Speedway. At turn number 1, Jonathan Rains with the advantage. Here comes Nicholas Samadillo in the number 10. He's got to run to the inside of Audra Baranowskis. He's going to get a run to the inside of the second place guy in the points, Jonathan Rains. And this first lap is going to go to the number 10, most likely. Here comes Luke Rainey with a run to the inside. But it's Samadillo in the number 10, leading lap number 1 here at Texas. 3 wide for the lead as Matt Tuck goes to the inside of Luke Rainey and Nicholas Samadillo. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater in the number 18. Fitzwater won the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here in season number 5. Cameron Gaju in the number 22. It's been a very long time since this guy has won a race on Napa Fan. And we got Garrett Zenor, 18-time winner, going for number 19 here today. And like I said, he won the Indy Lights race here last year, so he knows how to get it done at the open-wheel version of this racetrack. Zenor's going to push Cameron Gaju to the inside of Zachary Fitzwater. Matt Tuck falling behind in the number 98. One thing I will like to point out, there are pit stops in today's race. There will be pit stops in today's race, and the cautions are turned on. So we might not necessarily get a caution, but we'll definitely get pit stops, and those will definitely shake up the field when they occur. Garrett Sonora up front. Here comes Ryan Gondillo in the machine that won this race last year. He's got Aaron Walpole in number 12 of Stuart Gratton. One thing I noticed while I was doing the points for Lime Rock is that Stuart Gratton has finished 24th the past 3 races. You thought Matt Dallio's streak was fascinating. He's got 3 in a row in the same position, but not too good of a position. 24th place in the past 3 races for Stuart Gratton. Gratton hoping that does not happen in today's race. He's going for the lead to the inside of Aaron Walpole here on lap number 5, and I believe he's going to be able to take it, but here comes Eli Bright, Jordan Lopez, and the number 27 of Hergel Arvin Alonso on the inside lane. There's Nathan Stapleton on the inside. Last week was his birthday, April 25th, now 15 years old. Happy birthday to him. A little late, but you know what? I got it in there, so happy birthday, man. 4th place right now for Nathan Stapleton. He finished 2nd here in this race last year, and expect for him to be running up front at the end. Hergel Arvin Alonso, Eli Bright might lead 2 laps in a row. That's a rarity here at the Texas Motor Speedway. But the number 7 of Eli Bright is going to do so and lead 2 laps in a row, leading lap number 6. He led lap number 5, and he's going to lead lap number 6 as well. Nathan Stapleton to the inside of Eli Bright. But here comes Trey Bartow, Cameron Garlington, Al Lagacy on the inside lane. And they're going to swarm this number 9 right now. Trey Bartow to the inside of Nathan Stapleton. Bartow's going to barely lead lap number 7. Here comes the number 77. That is Cameron Garlington, the defending champion here in the Haas IndyCar Series. And he's going to get a run to the inside of Trey Bartow. So you see what's going on here? They go to the back, they work their way up front by being on the inside lane, and then they get stuck on the outside lane and fall back again. It's just a cycle the whole way through, but there will be pit stops in this race, and that is going to shake things up, and it might allow for it to be only a few guys in the race lead, in race contention, in win contention, I should say, once that time comes. So the pit stops are going to spread this field out, but for now, all 25 drivers in the field have a chance of winning this race. Here's Noah Cars. We have barely even talked about him this season in that number 28, but there he is leading lap number 9 here at Texas. He's got the number 34 of Davey Johnson going to the inside of him. Chris Ginlar, John Arndt, Jesse Turner on the inside lane. And here he is. He's won the past 2 races here in the Haas IndyCar Series, and he's looking for 3 in a row. And that has never happened in any series with the exception of the Haas Elimination Series, where the starting lineup is determined by the previous race's finishing results. And earlier on in the Haas Elimination Series, we go to places that did not produce much passing. So a guy would win a race, and we go to a short track or a road course, they'd be easily out front and win those races and just keep that streak going. Here in the Haas IndyCar Series, it's not like that. And for Matt Dallio, if he can win 3 races in a row, that would be unprecedented in any series before on Napa Fan. Dallio's going to lead lap number 11 in the number 33, lap 12 underway. Here comes Jonathan Rains, the guy who's right behind him in the point standings. It was the 17 and the 33 battling for the lead at Lime Rock. Matt Dallio got the best of him in that one. Rains cannot hold him off, and I believe this number 17 would love to get some redemption after losing that race on Saturday. Here comes Matt Tuck in the number 98. He's got to run to the inside of, I do believe, Nicholas Samadillo in the number 10. Christian Master, Luke Rainey, and Zachary Fitzwater in the inside lane. Almost going 4 wide. There was almost contact between Jonathan Rains and Nicholas Samadillo. But look at this. They're 3 wide throughout the whole field, and if they go 4 wide, that's when you're going to want to worry. Because 4 wide here at Texas in these Indy cars, I don't believe they can pull that off. Somehow they pull it off going 3 wide throughout the whole field, but 4 wide, don't count on it. How about Matt Dallio? He's been able to stay out front a few laps here in the number 33. He's figuring this place out. He's right where he wants to be. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, I checked. The ratings are completely equal for every single driver. But how about Dallio leading these laps here? They're battling for second now, and that's what's allowing the number 33 of Matt Dallio to stay out front. At Aaron Walpole, got a draft right behind him, but Jordan Lopez is going to take second away from him. Got Stuart Gratton, Garrett Sinor in this inside lane here, with Ryan Gondillo and Cameron Gaju behind those guys. And Matt Dallio, he has led quite a few laps in a row here at Texas. How about the points leader and the guy who has won the past 2 times here in the Haas IndyCar Series? Will he go 3 in a row? Just going to have to find out. Garrett Senor is right behind him. If there's anybody that can beat Matt Dalio, it's Garrett Senor. But it looks like Senor is going to get put on the outside here. What happens is they get to second place, but somebody gets to the inside of them, and they cannot get to the leader. How about Gaji going 3 wide for second? To the inside of Ryan Gondillo and Garrett Senor. He might finally get the run here on Matt Dalio, but Dalio has been able to stay out front for quite a while here. Now the tires could be wearing out, and that might be why Dalio has been able to stay out front. But the second place guy keeps on getting stuck on the outside, and Dalio keeps on blocking. And that's what's allowing this guy to lead quite a few laps here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. But the streak is finally going to end. Eli Bright with a run to the inside of Matt Dalio. And that was the most I've ever seen one guy stay out front here at the open wheel version of Texas in my life. Matt Dalio with a fantastic job leading this race for consecutive laps here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Audra Baranowskis in the number 16 up to second. She's going to get a run to the inside of Eli Bright. Davey Johnson, Noah Kars, Herjalarv, and Alonso. We had a crash in this race last year, and you might want to expect one to happen in this one as well, especially after the pit stops. You might have somebody coming off the pit road, and they might not be able to get onto the racetrack very cleanly. Just going to have to see how that shakes the field up. If it happens, of course. It might not necessarily happen when we get a caution. We're already on lap number 20 of this race. Noah Kars to the inside of Davey Johnson for the lead. Herjalarv and Alonso, John Arndt, Jesse Turner in the number 15 on this inside lane. And they're back to passing very frequently here at Texas. Alonso, I don't believe he got the lead in that one. I think Noah Kars barely had it, and he did. But Alonso's going to be able to take it here on lap number 21. It's going to be halfway through the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Next time by John Arndt to the inside. I think we had a crash down the backstretch. Matt Dalio's involved. It's Nicholas Samadillo, Garrett Senor, and I think that's Trey Bartow as well. It looks like Nathan Stapleton also got involved. And again, the two Target Ganassi guys get involved in the crash. The other Ganassi guy, Garrett Senor, also with damage. Ganassi just cannot catch a break this season in the Haas IndyCar Series. And there's our caution right at halfway in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K, involving a lot of big names. And it looks like they might have crashed again, possibly. That could have just been a result of the crash that what we're seeing there. But, oh, Ryan Gondillo, he has some damage in the number 3 for Team Penske, and Zachary Fitzwater might have gotten some damage as well. It was Matt Dalio, Garrett Senor, Trey Bartow, Nicholas Samadillo. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that when it comes to drivers here on Napa Fan, all getting involved in this crash halfway through the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Jesse Turner won the race back to the line. We'll see what he does on the pit stops, and this is going to be interesting here. We're coming in right at halfway. I don't believe these guys are going to come back down again before the end of the race. But you never really know. We could end up with another caution in this one, and they could come down again for tires, because tires are definitely going to be very beneficial to these guys in this one. Luke Rainey wins the race off of the pit lane, and Rainey is going to be the leader when we restart here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. John Arndt, Cameron Garlington, Herjalarv and Alonso, and Noah Kars, the top 5 off the pit lane. And Jesse Turner with a very slow pit stop. I believe he's going to be 10th when we restart. But if you saw all that passing earlier on in the race, you know that he's probably going to be just fine, because he'll find his way up front in no time. Because we can pass here very quickly. Go to the back of to the front very quickly here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the replay of the crash involving Trey Bartow, Nicholas Samadillo, Garrett Senor, and Matt Dalio. Well, this was coming out of turn number 2. Nicholas Samadillo in the number 10 just slides up into Matt Dalio back in there. Trey Bartow right to the outside of those guys. You're going to see Aaron Walpole in number 5 get hit by the number 10 and shoot to the inside wall there. But in all that smoke, Nathan Stapleton's involved, Garrett Senor, Matt Dalio, Trey Bartow, Ryan Gondillo with significant damage to his machine as he hit the inside wall trying to avoid Samadillo. Stapleton and basically all these guys with minimal damage. I think they all got back out there on the racetrack, but a very unfortunate crash down the backstretch. Last year we had a car flipping in this race, so we improved from last year in this one. But still, tough to see all these great drivers involved. Garrett Snor's had a pretty tough season in that number 83. And Trey Bartow came into this race 5th in the points, and Matt Dallow came into this race the points leader. Came into this points. That's how my day's going. But pretty big crash down the backstretch here at Texas, but fortunately, all these guys should be able to continue here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Take a look at a different angle for the real-time view of this one. Matt Dallow in the 33. Gonna barely see that number 10 slide up into him, and down the backstretch they all go. You see Aaron Walpole go down to the inside wall, and Ryan Gondillo get involved. Garrett Sonor around. I think Stapleton pretty much avoided this one. And you see Trey Bartow also involved in the number 2. Tough break for those guys, but they should be able to continue, and I do not believe any of them went a lap down. Anyways, Jesse Turner in the number 15 won the race back to the line, but it was the guy who was second coming to the line, Luke Rainey, who was going to lead the field to the green flag in the number 67 here at Texas. Let's see what he does on the restart. Back here at the Texas Motor Speedway for the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. It's Luke Rainey in the number 67 who won the race off at the pit lane, and he is going to restart first for this restart. He's up front with John Arndt in the number 11. Right behind him, Cameron Garlington, Herjo Larvin Alonso, Noah Cars, Chris Skinlart, Davey Johnson, Al Lagasse, Eli Bright, and Jordan Lopez, the top 10. Jesse Turner, who won the race to the line, back to 11th. A very poor pit stop for him, but it does not take too much to move from 11th to the front here at Texas, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue for any of these guys. And as far as I know, all these guys still in the race. With the exception of, guess who? Stuart Gratton, of course. Gratton was slightly involved in that crash, and he must have had too much damage to continue because he got out of the race in the number 12. Tough break for him. Anyways, Luke Rainey with the jump on the restart. John Arndt, Cameron Garlington right behind him. Single file restart here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And they won't be in this really crazy pack until about a couple laps from now. But Luke Rainey trying to lead lap number 26. Here comes Cameron Garlington in the 77. Garlington with a run to the inside with Noah Cars right behind him. That number 77 is going to take the lead, exiting turn number 2. Noah Cars, Al Lagasse back in here. Jesse Turner. I said it wasn't going to take too much to get from 11th to 1st. Well, he's already up to, I believe, 8th. And he's on this inside lane, so he's going to be up front in no time. But will he be up front at the right time? That's the big question. We still got quite a ways to go in this one. And if you're not on that inside lane with about 3 laps to go, you're not going to win this race. Al Lagasse with the lead at the moment. Eli Bright trying to get to the inside of him. He's going to do so, and here he comes. Jesse Turner in the number 15. He won at Auto Club. He's 6th in the points coming into today's race. He cannot take the points lead away from Matt Dallow, but he's going to get to the inside of Eli Bright, and take the lead away from the number 7. Chris Skinlart right behind him. Skinlart has been very strong this season, but he's had quite a few issues, and he was, I believe, on the front row at Riverside. He crashed in that race, and he was pretty dominant at Phoenix, and could not get the win in that one either, but looking to get some redemption from the poor season he's had so far. Right now leading the field, here comes Jordan Lopez in the number 14, Christian Master, Cameron Gaju, and Jonathan Rains on the inside lane. There's Nathan Stapleton in the number 9, finished 2nd here last year. He was slightly involved in that crash, but it does appear that he's running just fine in that number 9. Trying to grab his first win since 2015 in the Turkey Hill Series. That's how long ago it was. Season 2 of the Turkey Hill Series, when he won the championship in that series, was the last time that Nathan Stapleton has won a race on this channel. A very long losing streak for him, but it might end here today at Texas. He's got a good chance in that number 9. There's Herjo Larvin Alonso in the number 27. Audra Baranowskis, Matt Tuck, John Arndt, Cameron Garlington on the inside lane, and here they are, 3 wide once again. And it was a 3-wide situation that caused the crash that brought out our first caution of this race. So you might want to watch for these guys in case somebody makes a mistake exiting the corner. You see how they squeeze down the straightaways? Actually, in the corner, they kind of get close to each other, and that's what happened when Nicholas Samadillo got up into Matt Dalio. But most of the time, these guys can figure it out, and hopefully we can race this thing under green until the end of the race. Cameron Gaju out front in the number 22. He's led 2 laps in a row. Here comes Audra Baranowskis and Matt Tuck to the inside of him. And Baranowskis, the only lady in the field, trying to get to the inside of the 22. She's going to be able to do so. It was that number 98 that finished second here last year with Nathan Stapleton driving the machine. And now Matt Tuck's going to take the lead away from Audra Baranowskis with 10 laps to go here at Texas. It's now 9 laps to go here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. John Art, Cameron Garlington on the inside. And Garlington, the defending champion of the series, trying to grab his first win of the season. He comes into this race third in the points, only 35 points behind. He's got a good chance at getting up there in the point standings and contending with Matt Dalio to defend his Haas IndyCar Series championship. He's to the inside of John Art. We're now 2 wide throughout this pack now. We were 3 wide at one moment, but a little calmer right now in the lead pack here at Texas. Eli Bright back to the inside. Eli Bright trying to grab his second career win on Napa Fan. His first came at Talladega in the Hers Elimination Series, and now he's in a much faster race car and a much smaller racetrack. A little bit different for Eli Bright, but he's doing pretty well in that number 7. He's going to lead lap number 35. Here comes Davey Johnson, Jesse Turner, and Chris Skinlar to the inside. The big question now is who's going to be in the right place at the right time. That's just all there is to it. It's going to be somebody in this pack, of course. So anybody from Noah Cars all the way up to our leader. Oh boy, 4 wide and they crash! Hard in the wall goes Jordan Lopez, John Art, Matt Tuck, Eli Bright, and Cameron Garlington involved. And that might just in fact do it for the race. Oh boy, gotta watch out for these guys on the racetrack. Cars back in there that were involved in the first crash and a major impact. Ryan Gondillo and Jordan Lopez. Oh my. It is 6 laps to go at the moment. And as far as I know, we should get back to racing in this one. But a massive crash down the front stretch here at Texas. That was extremely reminiscent of Joseph Newgarden's crash last year in the Verizon IndyCar Series. When Jordan Lopez went up like that, that was so reminiscent of that crash. A very, very massive accident. But we should actually get this thing to still finish under green because I think we'll be able to get back to racing here at Texas. But anyways, Matt Tuck, Eli Bright was doing such a good job in the number 7. Jordan Lopez, he was the guy that went upside down in that number 14. I think somebody just got a little loose. They went 4 wide and chaos ensued afterwards. Ryan Gondillo, then Arca Brake, getting those two confused. Arca Brake right into Jordan Lopez while he was upside down. An absolute massive impact between Ryan Gondillo and Jordan Lopez. A very unfortunate incident. I don't believe anybody's coming down the pit lane. Chris Skinlart won the race back to the line. And I'm fairly sure that we're going to get back to racing in this one and finish this one under green for the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. But first, we've got to review this massive crash that happened on lap 36 of the race here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And here's the replay. Davey Johnson slipped up a little bit. Eli Bright got a run to the inside of him, and so did John Art. John Art also got a run to the inside of Eli Bright. They were 4 wide entering the double dogleg. That is just a big, big no-no here at Texas. And that 14 got spun into the wall. And once Eli Bright came back up on him, he went upside down. You see John Art, Cameron Garlington involved, and Matt Tuck sliding there in the 98. And that number 14 took a very hard hit to the outside wall. He stayed upside down in the number 14. But that was not the worst of the crash. It's going to be a little while from this point. But Ryan Gondillo in the number 3, Arca braked right into him. You see these guys here, Matt Dalio, Zachary Fitzwater, Trey Bartow, and Aaron Walpole. They're all going to come into this crash at full speed. Fortunately, all 4 of those guys missed it. Look at Matt Dalio. Look at how close he is to hitting Eli Bright there. And the good thing for all of these guys is that they avoided everybody. But unfortunately for the number 14 of Jordan Lopez, Ryan Gondillo was coming right towards him. And the number 3 tried to slow down. But you see what happened. Tires flying everywhere. And a massive crash for Ryan Gondillo and Jordan Lopez. That instantly knocks out Jordan Lopez. It was such a bad crash that they didn't even have time to fully crash before it just sent him to the garage. That's how bad it was. But a very unfortunate incident for all these guys and a very hard crash for Jordan Lopez. I'm going to replay this one in real time. And that 4 wide just does not work. See, Christian Master the inside there. He did not get involved in this one somehow. But you see Eli Bright, John Art, Matt Tuck, and Cameron Gurlington all get involved in this one. And Jordan Lopez upside down in the number 14. See, all these guys avoid them. But this number 3 did not. And that was a very fast impact. Instantly knocking out number 3 of Ryan Gondillo. And you see him there on the apron. Toast in the number 3 for Team Penske. Very unfortunate crash. But we still got a race to complete here, and I believe we're going to do so under green. Chris Skinlart won the race back to the line. Will he be able to hold everybody off and get the win? We're just going to have to see when we restart here in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. So it's going to be 2 laps to go under green here at Texas. So I guess you can say it's a green-white checkered, everybody. NASCAR terminology in an IndyCar series. Of course, once we hit lap 42, whether we're under caution or not, the race is over. No overtime rules here. Classic. But Chris Skinlart in number 21 leads the field. He's going to have to hold everybody behind him off for 2 laps. Jesse Turner in the number 15. Luke Rainey, Davey Johnson, Christian Master, Cameron Gaju, Audra Baranowskis, Herja Larvin Alonso, Jonathan Rains, and Nathan Stapleton. I say the top 10 all has a chance of winning this thing. Every driver in the top 10 has a chance of winning this thing. That's how much we pass here at Texas. We're just going to have to see how it all goes down. 2 laps to go on the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Skinlart did not get a good jump, and Jesse Turner is closing in fast. Turner to the inside of Chris Skinlart for the lead. Jesse Turner trying to go for his 2nd win of the season here in the Haas IndyCar Series. He won in Auto Club, and here he is leading, coming to the white flag at Texas. But Luke Rainey in the number 67 wants to steal it. And how about Davey Johnson? Johnson almost won the championship last year. He'd like to get a victory here and get back into the championship hunt for 2017. He might go 3 wide for the lead. Will he get to the inside of Luke Rainey on this final lap? Yes, he will. But Christian Master in the number 25, the driver who won the Indianapolis 200 in 2015, is right behind him. It's either going to be Davey Johnson or Christian Master, and get those cameras out. It's going to be a photo finish. Don Johnson, Master, I don't know. I think it was the 25. It was Christian Master at the line, wins the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And that is his 2nd career Haas IndyCar Series victory, the first in this series for him since the Indianapolis 200 all the way back in 2015. He edged out Davey Johnson at the line, and just like in the Indy Light Series race, it was a photo finish. And the number 25 gets it done here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Who saw that one coming? I don't think Christian Master led 1 lap until the final lap of this race. You know that? That's like the best way to win a race. It just is. But Christian Master with the victory, 50 points towards the championship for the number 25 team, gets it done in the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K here at Texas. And there are the official standings of the race. It was not as close as it was in the Indy Light Series, 4 1/1000ths of a second this time. But Christian Master pulls it off in a wild race here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Davey Johnson, Cameron Gaju, Luke Rainey, Audra Baranowskis, the top 5. And the points leader, Matt Dalio, still salvaged a 13th place finish after crashing midway through the race, so not too bad for the 33. He should stay in the points lead exiting today's race, but it's not going to be as close because Jonathan Rains, who was 2nd in the points coming into today's race, finished ahead of him in the number 17. And Rains is going to be pretty close to the points lead heading into Richmond, which is going to be on Saturday for the Virginia 65K. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching this race here at Texas. And it was a good one there for the number 25 of Christian Master, edging out Davey Johnson at the line to win the Rainguard Water Sealers 100K. Anyways, congratulations to Christian Master for getting the victory here today at Texas. Here are the point standings for the 2017 Haas IndyCar Series, and thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you guys later.